Hi, this is Craig and Janice, and welcome to another episode of Cruising Off Duty. This episode's going to be a little different. As you know, we're sailors, so we usually take our time getting places, and when we do get there, we usually throw up the drone and show you what it looks like from the air. And one thing sailors pride themselves on, it's taking their time and not spending a whole lot of money on gas. But this episode, we look at the other side of boating, the muscle boat. We sailed to Kingston, and we're there just in time for the 1,000 Island Poker Run. And we show you what these boats look like, not only from the water on the dock, but from the air when they're taking off for the start of the race. Now, these boats are crazy expensive, and I can't even imagine how much gas they go through in a weekend. Not something I can afford, but it's awfully cool to watch. So if you want to see $50+ million boats blow through a ton of gas and go really fast, this is the episode of Cruising Off Duty for you. So stay tuned. So it's a poker run weekend here in Kingston, and we're anchored on the city dockside, but the muscle boats are starting to show up for tomorrow's race. Four 350 horsepower engines. We're in downtown Kingston, Confederation Basin, and the 1,000 Island Poker Run is about to start. Spectator boats are heading out. Sea-Doos are heading out. Jet boat over there heads out, because it's definitely one of the competitors. And when that thing's on, it sounds like two jet engines running. It's a really high-pitched whine, like, seriously, two jet engines is what I've been told is in that red boat over there, that one there.
My Way boat has jet engines. Cranks them, they'll be very loud.
Janice was filming from the shore while I was getting the drone up to see what I could see from up there. Thank goodness I did, because all she could see from down here was a whole lot of noise, fury, and water flying everywhere. Much better vantage point from the drone. And when I show you the footage from the drone, I'm going to mark out one numpty who sat right in the middle of the race course and then gunned his engine when all the boats went by to pretend he was part of the poker run. Just craziness. All right, here's the footage from my Mavic, and I was told by some spectators that they go in sets of 4. So 4 go off, and then the next 4, and then the next 4. Now, I expected them to be lined up side by side, but then all of a sudden I noticed they were starting to go, so I guess that was the start of the race. Didn't hear any gun. Luckily, I'd already turned the camera on, so it was recording. Now, the red boat with the jet engines is the one at the very top on the right. He's probably by far the fastest boat. Now they've set out red buoys to show them where they're supposed to start making their turn. So there's one numpty up at the top who's sitting right in the middle of the course. Somebody goes over in a Sea-Doo, I'm assuming it's a race organizer, and says, get off the course. And he doesn't. And when they start jetting towards them, the guy in the Sea-Doo says, I'm out of here, and leaves. And the guy in the other boat just sits there. Unfortunately, the jet boat has to go way over to the right to avoid hitting him. And you'd think, well, maybe he just didn't know there was a race coming and he was just unaware. But then as soon as the jet boat goes by him, he guns it and goes after them as if he's one of the top 4 boats. Like I said, just being a numpty. Anyways, let's enjoy the rest of the view. See what I mean? The jet boat veers right to miss him, and then the guy decides he's part of the race. This guy clearly doesn't want to play follow the leader and go on the right side of the buoy. And you know how it is. Once one guy breaks the rules, somebody else has to follow and break them even more. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Cruising Off Duty. It was fun looking at these go-fast boats up close and personal, and then again from the drone. I know I'll never be able to afford a boat like this, or even be able to afford the gas that goes into a boat like this, but it looks like a lot of fun. I met one of the owners and I said, I love your boat, but I cringe to think what it costs in gas for the weekend. He just laughed and said, you only live once and it's only money. You know, that is very true. You do only live once. So if I had more money than I knew what to do with, maybe I'd have a go-fast boat too. But for now, I'll just have to stick with my sailboat. But whether you have a go-fast boat or one like mine, which is a go-slow boat, this is Craig signing off, wishing you safe cruising.